Good evening, everyone. The time here is 7:27. We are now September 14. And I would like to greet everybody a pleasant good evening. Today is September 14. This is my first hour of my live virtual office. Now let us discuss about this buyer that I was chatting on Messenger. This guy is from Vietnam. He said to me he was scam in Ghana, Uganda, Cameroon, and Tanzania. So he was chatting with me, and I asked him a question. What is the reason why you were being cheated or you were being duped? And he said that he was being offered $38,000 and he only paid taxes. Of course, you will not get the gold because you did not pay the gold. You only pay taxes and you were lazy to travel to inspect before you pay. So he did send money and he was being offered $38,000. The $38,000, the value, it's only 14 carats. So he was being cheated in Cameroon. That's what this guy from Vietnam was saying to me. So I told him that's the reason why you were being scammed, because you're a bargainer. And the $38,000, today the price of gold is 62, and then you were asking $38,000. That is only the value of 14 carats. So he was being cheated, he said, and I told him it is your fault, because why did you send money to Cameroon? And he said he was being cheated in Cameroon, Uganda, Ghana, Tanzania. I think this buyer from Vietnam is just lazy to travel, and he's a good businessman. And if I am the buyer, good morning, Annie. And if I am the buyer, I would not send money unless I travel. I wouldn't. I have to see what I'm buying. This is the type of buyer that lazy to travel and he only pay taxes, right? And he's looking to buy 24 carats. And I explained to him that 22 carats, there's pure 22 carats pure gold, but two chemical elements has to be refined. And he's looking for 24 carats. You will only get 24 carats when you refine. But this man he pretend to be dumb. He's a businessman. He's a good buyer. He knows the business. He knows the business. So he asked me if I could bring the gold to Vietnam. I said, no, we don't bring gold to Vietnam. We don't bring gold to Dubai. We don't bring gold to Singapore. We don't bring gold to Hong Kong. We don't bring gold to China unless you pay for it. You're buying money. So this Vietnamese guy, that is your fault. You're buying money to make money, and then you're lazy. You're just sitting down in your country, and then you send money to Cameroon. Of course, the gold will not come to you. You only pay taxes. How about paying the gold? You're paying money. If I am in your country, do you think you're going to give me your gold and bring it to Australia without any payment? I don't think so. So whose fault is that? You as the buyer. It is your fault. You think you can get gold to pay taxes. No, you have to pay first the gold plus value added tax. That is how you do. That is how you purchase. You have to inspect, get the assay report. Then that is the time you pay the gold, because the gold will not leave the country of origin without export documentation. So he lost money, he said. He sent money to Cameroon. So that is not my fault. It is your fault. Good evening, Annie. How are you? How's the weather in UK? Right. Annie, you've been asking us that if we do entertain SBLC. No, we don't. SBLC, Annie, stands for Standard Letter of Credit. So the buyer is asking for credit. And it take that kind of SBLC, Annie, it would take 90 days to process. Because the buyer and the seller, okay, I have a rep on buyer in Conakry who is willing to sell gold if his buyer has SBLC. Well, you can talk to the seller in Conakry. I have a rep of a buyer in Conakry who is willing to sell gold if the buyer has SBLC. Well, we don't deal SBLC, Annie. We don't. Our policy is the first trial is FOB. Annie, SBLC, Standard Letter of Credit. I don't know if the seller can afford. Well, you contact them. We don't deal SBLC on the first trial. We don't. The buyer has to build his business relationship with us. We don't know the buyer, and he doesn't know us. There is a gentleman that he's dealing with this BLC with the buyer, and I rejected the buyer, Annie. And that buyer was floating around and floating around. He was been floating around in Ghana. He was been floating in every country. And one of the gentlemen said, "Okay, madam, my seller will deal is BLC." Until now, the contract is not materialized. And you know the gentleman who is a buyer's agent, and he said, "Madam, I might die with ulcer." I told him, "Why?" "I should listen to you, madam." And I told him, I told you, I reject that buyer. Yeah, I reject him. He's an Indian. They don't have cash. The meaning of his bills is standard letter of credit, meaning to say he's going to leverage, Annie. Sorry, I meant to say the seller accept his BLC from the buyer. Well, deal with the seller. Yeah, deal with the seller. If the seller will accept his BLC, go for it. Mm, mm. I don't uh, I don't deal his BLC. Our head office would not deal. Mm, yeah, so that I couldn't help you. Mm. So going back to this buyer from Vietnam, I was just I'm gonna have a look on our conversation. Okay, okay. This buyer from Vietnam. And you know what? I would never feel sorry for you guys why you have been duped. It is your problem. Mhm. Now, the most important is whether you can bring gold to Vietnam. No, we don't bring gold to Vietnam. And he's looking 22, 98% purity. Yes, our gold is 98. You have to assay the gold first. Mm-hmm. So, and he was being offered $38,000 in Cameroon. And he's looking for 24 carats. If you're looking for 24 carats, you better buy that in the central bank or the refinery. It's already purified. You're buying unrefined. Yeah. I will go to this gold rate in Dubai. Uh-huh. Gold rate. Most of you gold trader have no idea what you're buying. I am not here to teach you guys. I am here to tell the world that we have the gold to sell. I only guide the buyer when the buyer buy from us. Mhm. Now let us talk about purity of the gold. 24 carats is already purified. 22 carats, there is 22 parts of pure gold on 22 carats. There are 2 parts of other chemicals. So therefore, you have to refine it. So on finest, on the finest after final assay, the 22 carats is 91.7. Don't be confused, Mr. Buyer. This Vietnamese, his name is Naim. So when you refine the gold on 22 carats, 98% of purity of the gold, when you refine it 91.7, you can make it into gold volume or 24 carats. How do I know? I went to this refinery here in Brisbane. And the refinery was telling me even 91% they can refine it into 24 carats. But you as a trader, this Vietnamese trader is also a little bit of greedy. Greedy because he's looking for cheap price. So of course, what do you expect? If you're looking for cheap price, of course you expect to be deceived. Because $38,000 is 14 carats. Now on 21 carats, right, there are 21 parts of pure gold on 21 carats, but there is 3 parts of other metals. So when you refine it on the final assay, the purity is 87.5%. You can still sell it. You go on the jewelry store. The gold, even 9 carats, is very expensive. Right? I bought a jewelry and necklace. 9 carats. You know how much is the 9 carats? It's 1,200 Australian dollars. And you guys asking for cheap price. You are crook. That is the reason why your fingers and your pocket was burned out. Now on 18 carats, there are 18 parts of pure gold, but 6 parts of other chemicals. Now the $38,000 is 14 parts of pure gold. Still there's 14 parts of gold, but 10 parts of other metal. So when you refine that, what do you expect on $38,000? Of course. What happened to this buyer? Then deceived. So the 14 carats, it's only 58.3 pure gold. Okay, on 9 carats, there are 9 pure parts of gold, 15 parts of other metals. So when you refine that, 37.5 is still, you can buy that 9 carats of gold. I purchased 9 carats of gold is 1,200. And then you guys asking for cheap price. All right, hang on. I'm gonna read this from Annie. I am from Cameroon and I will never recommend buyers from my own country to buy gold. Thank you, Annie. This Vietnamese, his name is Rain Yungin. He lost his money, he said. And he was talking to me on Messenger. And I told him, it is your fault because your eyes is bigger than a dollar. You've been looking for cheap price. And then when you get the gold, then you can sell it to black market. I think he didn't trouble. He just sent a deposit to pay taxes. What do you expect? Okay. Okay. The risk of getting gold from Cameroon is very high, heavily controlled by the government. That is itself, it is very corrupt. Correct. That is the reason why, Annie, most of the seller in Cameroon, they smuggle it to bring it to Ghana. Yeah, because the tax in Cameroon is 17%. So they smuggled it like a Johnson Smith. If you encounter his name is Johnson Smith, he smuggled gold from Cameroon to Ghana. What happened? When he brought the gold to Ghana, he deposited to a security company. There is a demurrage. So the demurrage is running every day. And then he sell it to $28,000. And I told him, you are just mad. So what happened? I don't know if his gold in Ghana has been sold. I don't know. So I never encourage buyer. Mr. Buyer, if you're watching Wilhelmina, this is my virtual online office. Don't deceive yourself. Do not deceive. If you deceive yourself, expect disaster at the end of the day. If someone offer you 38, 35, 37, expect disaster. You need to travel, inspect, before you pay. And before you travel, we need to have a contract. If you come to Wilhelmina, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, our full corporate offer is online. And have a look. Take time to read. Take time to listen to the video. Because that video gives you the knowledge. And that video gives you uh, an understanding that gold is not cheap. And read the full corporate offer. And also go on the world market, www.goldprice.org. You will see the price of the gold of the day. So don't think that as Africa, you can get gold in Africa very cheap. I doubt. You will only get cheap price to the seller that have no license to export. This is just what this Vietnamese, what happened. He sent money. He was offered $38,000. What happened? The gold didn't arrive. And he said to me, he was been scammed in Uganda. He was been scammed in Ghana. He was been scammed in Cameroon and in Tanzania. This buyer, I think he's really mad. He's really mad. Gold is not very cheap. Isn't it, Annie? Gold is not cheap. See, Annie is from Cameroon. See, listen to Annie. If you want to buy gold, talk to Annie. Annie is he's searching for a seller as well. Yeah. So to me, I welcome everyone. I don't care if you're a broker, you watch my video, you watch my virtual online office, you learn out of it. I am not here to chase buyer. Buyer is chasing Wilhelmina. Because I don't chase anyone. We are here. I just put everything that we are the real seller. I put the price. I put all the information. Most of the buyer, I have a stalker recently. And Nicholas is online again. He's a stalker. He's a 19 years old. If you can see that his name is Nicholas. He's from Puerto Rico. He's a young guy. He's a stalker. He go to my page and pollute my page. And I delete it. He's only 19 years old. He's a thief. He's a criminal. This kind of guy is just, I call that online collector or online stalker. He stalked on my page. And he put a nasty message. I delete it. Like, I think, Annie, May 23rd, I was being attacked by a lady. She's from South Africa. Her name is Winka Dreyer, together with Nicholas and Derek Johnson. They were been attacking my page. I'm a scammer. I don't know how much I scam. And Winka Dreyer, she stole my picture on my Facebook. Yeah, she did. And she said that she's a seller in Conakry, Guinea. Oh, the English-speaking part of Cameroon has been war from 2016 till date. Since the government needs every penny to finance the war, you may even pay to the government, and at the time of export custom office may be instructed by the government to protect the seller. I'm reading what Annie was saying. And paid for the gold in order for the highest authority to Cameroon. Annie was right. She was born in Cameroon. She lived in United Kingdom. Going back to this stalker, Annie, and I was being stalked, and I show you the picture who's the lady who stole my picture. Her name is Winka Dreyer. Okay. I have here the file. I'll show you. So, together with Nicholas. This is Nicholas. Okay? Yeah. If you see this guy, he's talking for my page a few hours ago. And I'm gonna show you who. I'm gonna show you guys so that you will aware. Okay. Okay. Just a minute. I'll find Rika Dreyer. She steal my pictures on my page. and she put a lot of nasty messages. So what I have done, I also go to her LinkedIn page and I copy her picture as well. This is the lady. Yeah, she's from South Africa. She's still my picture that was May 23rd, and I have all the record. I just warn everyone, if you don't like Wilhelmina, get out. And if you read on my page, it's okay, you're welcome. But this lady, she said she's a seller, but she's a broker in Conakry, Guinea. And I asked my seller to find the lady, and my seller said this lady is a broker. She doesn't have an office in Conakry, Guinea. But she hates my guts, but I don't know her. I don't know. I don't have any business with her. She just don't like my guts. It's too bad if she doesn't like my guts. Okay? So those buyer who hates my gut, I'm not here to make friends with you guys. This is money you're buying. I'm not here to make friends with anybody. If you don't like Wilhelmina, good luck. If you buy, you buy. If you don't, you don't. If you buy from us, I will guide you thoroughly so that you will not be duped. But if you just hate my gut, then you expect you're one of the scammer. Yeah, you're one of the scammer. People doesn't understand what is the meaning of scam. I will repeat again. On the old version, I think before Jesus Christ was born, it's already a custom that you lie to your partner, you lie to your brothers and sisters. That is scam. And you deceive your friend, you deceive your lover. What is the cause of divorce? Because one of your partner deceive you. So he scam you as well. That is called scam in the new version. So, people who hate Wilhelmina, well, that's not my problem, guys. I am here to help the real buyer. I'm not here to help joker buyer. Now, yesterday, I had a nice conversation with a lady. She was been searching gold for 3 years, and she found me on YouTube. And she was been dealing seller in Conakry. And I told her that I don't know that seller in Conakry, but I want you to do the due diligence, and it's up to you. At the moment in Conakry, there is no business because of the election. The government would not allow any foreigner to come to Conakry because they don't like that the foreigners intrude during election. So the business would be resumed on October 31st. I was being told by my head office. So I have the buyer, so my buyer has to wait for October 31st. Now going back to this stalker on my page, I'm sorry guys, if you hate my guts, it's not my problem. It is yours. It is your problem. Maybe you are also a scammer because why you hate Wilhelmina's guts? I don't owe you nothing. Why you hate my guts? Most of the brokers say, oh, you're a scammer. I don't know. This broker doesn't know what is the meaning of a scammer. He's also a scammer because he's floating around collecting information, and then he's gonna say, Madam, I have the buyer. Well, who is your buyer? Now let us talk about this SBLC. Any the SBLC, it would take 90 days. I have the American guy. He come to me and he show me the contract, and he was complaining about his commission. Okay, and when I look at the contract is SBLC CIF, and I told this buyer's mandate, I'm not supposed to advise you, but the way I look at it, the contract is not really a contract. It's not. It's it's a vague contract, and the contract is not properly filled in. And the CIF, the buyer is from Turkey. I said to this buyer's agent, Turkey buyers are notorious. So I I wouldn't advise you. But he's expecting commission. And I told him, you cannot just get your commission until the contract is consummated. You cannot just sit down in your ass waiting for the contract and waiting for you to be paid, and you have to nourish your customer and your seller. So I told him I don't have time to advise you guys, and I'm not here to teach anyone. If you want to buy, just read it. I put the price of the day. Okay, the price of the day. Our selling price is a spot price. Now, how you gonna distinguish you are a broker? The price of gold today, I'm going to the world market. Just a moment. I'm going so that you will understand. Most of you doesn't understand. You're just floating around. You are just wasting your time. Now, the price of gold today is 1941.77 per ounce. You multiply that on 32.15 equals 62,429.44. Right. So we are giving you, okay, we're giving you a discount in order for you to get the profit. The real seller, his price less 5%. Now, however, I always mention on my video that you really need Wilhelmina with you. Do not send any money to a particular seller unless you travel. Do not. You expect that the gold will not come. And do not believe on the seller that you are going to pay taxes and the gold will send it to you. No, do not. Because the gold will not come to you. Okay? So what happened? The real seller sell 5%, right? We give you less 5%. Now, I'm going back to the price of gold so that you will understand. Okay, 62,423.17 less 5% minus again 62,423. Hang on. 62,414.41 less 5% minus 62 again 414.71. Our selling price is 65. Right. Okay? 65. Now, because you are going to travel with me, I will give you 8%. 62,414. The price of the gold today is changing every second. 41 less 8% minus 62,413.41. Our selling price is 57,420 on 22 carats. The purity is from 96, 97, 98. You will only get the result when the gold will be assay. Now, I will remove the 420. I will run off to 57 when you make a reservation today. Okay? However, don't bank on it. I have a very good deal with you because I am the mandate and I have the power to say yes or no. And I have the power to reject you as well. And I have the power to negotiate on your behalf. Now, I don't want you to be duped. I want to travel with you. You need Wilhelmina to be with you. So, I'm going to charge you my extra service. I am. To cover my transport. In spite of that, of 8%, I will give you 10%. I will negotiate on your behalf. Now, on 10%, okay, I'm going back to the other monitor of mine, okay, 62 for the price of gold is changing every minute. 62 for 11.99 times 10% minus 62 again for 11.99. So Our selling price is 56. And if you convince Wilhelmina that you are really real buyer, you send me a formal letter of intent to purchase coming from you, that you are really a buyer, stating, Wilhelmina, I am the buyer, right? This is my address, etc., etc. I'm looking to buy 22 carats plus. The purity I'm looking, 96, 97 plus. I am intending to make into jewelry, or I'm going to refine it into gold bullion, which is 99.99. So you need to state that on your letter of intent where the gold to be delivered, and also your refinery address. You have to put that into your letter of intent, your refinery address, contact, etc., etc. I oblige you to give that? I'm going to prepare a contract to put all your information in the contract. Okay, I'm going to send it to the head office. The head office will put everything on the contract. So we will acknowledge your order, whatever you put on your letter of intent. Let's say 20 kilos on the first trial. Then the second trial, 50 kilos. The third trial, 100 kilos. The fourth, 500 kilos. You have to put that into your letter of intent. You need to specify because we don't know you. So when I receive that, okay, when I receive that, I will validate you, then I will call you because I am going to gather your vital information so that I could convince my seller that I'm going to give you 10% because you prove to us that you are a real buyer. You show me your business registration, you show me your importation license, you show me your proof of fund, your bank statement. Remove your bank account. No one will steal your money. Nobody. That bank statement to certify that you are a real buyer. So when I submit that to the head office, then we will send you a letter of acknowledgement together with the contract because I already gather all your vital information. So the contract will be sent to you. So you need to review it, right? So then you sign the contract. Just a moment, somebody. Just a moment, somebody. Okay, somebody's calling me. Okay. Just a moment, somebody calling me. I mentor this gentleman. He's very stressed. Okay. This gentleman is very stressed. I will call you back because I'm live at the moment. Okay? I will call you back, Sider. I will call you back. I'm live at the moment. All right? Okay, thank you. Sorry to disturb you. My friend is really stressful, and I mentor him, and I advise him not to repeat the same mistake. So anyway, so I think I already discussed about the SBLC. Now I will explain to you the meaning of CIF. The CIF is cost insurance and freight only. That is normal. You have to pay the shipping cost. That is normal. You insure the gold because that is money you are buying. So you have to pay the gold first before you pay the shipping cost. Now this gentleman from United States, I reviewed the contract, and it says on the contract that the seller will pay all the taxes and bring the gold to Istanbul. Very dangerous. Why the seller will pay all the taxes and the buyer will receive the gold to Istanbul, and when the gold arrive on that particular country, the seller will be in trouble. Why? My seller from Bamako, Mali, he went to Istanbul last month. Mhm. He was promised that the buyer will sign a contract. Mhm. And he brought the 2 kilos together with the buyer's representative. The gold was assay inside the refinery. The refinery was happy. Mhm. And the refinery paid that particular fake buyer of that money the value of 2 kilos. So the seller was waiting. You must remember, Mr. Seller, if you're watching me, you're black man. They are really prejudiced about your color. So you need to be watchful with the foreigner. I am a foreigner, but I'm sharing you. Okay? I love Africa because I was in Africa, and there are also good African, there's also bad African. I was being scammed in Ghana, you must remember, but I move on. Now, Mr. Sala, be careful of dealing with any buyer asking CIF. You expect disaster at the end of the day, 100%. And also the buyer. So both buyers and seller. So if you are deceiving yourself, Mr. Seller, and Mr. Buyer, if you're deceiving yourself as well, you keep on bargaining and bargaining and bargaining, then you expect disaster. Expect 100% disaster. In our case, we don't do that because we have already bad experience. Remember that in Bamako Mali, he returned empty-handed. Mhm. How do I know? My seller was telling me that they were being scammed. I said, why did you not tell me? I should stop you. And also in Conakry, my seller lost gold as well. You know, this business is really very tricky and very complicated. Very complicated if you have less financial capital. If you think that you're gonna leverage the gold and diamond, I would rather discourage you not to. You're gonna burn out your fingers and your pocket. Okay? So it's really very difficult for you guys. Very difficult. Only the buyer can afford to get the gold. He has no problem. The buyer have cash. He has no issue at all. He has no issue. Only those buyer that less capital, you're gonna expect disaster. Mhm. Okay, so this one here. The risk getting from Annie. The risk getting gold from Cameroon is very high, heavily controlled by the government that itself it's very corrupt. Correct. Correct. And what else? I'm reading all the comment from Annie. Okay. So that's all I think. Okay. Annie may try seller from different countries. Okay. This is Ivan Woods. Ivan Woods, where are you coming from? Okay. Well, Ivan, I think you're African. Not all Africans are really scammer. Why Chinese are everywhere? Yeah? Chinese everywhere in Ghana. Why Chinese become rich? Because they are positioning in Africa. Only for those small trader asking to pay taxes, yes, you are expecting 100% Ivan Wood to be scam. Yes, if you have the money, you will never get scam. But if you are looking for cheap price, yes, guaranteed 100%. Why I get transaction successful? Because I accompany the buyer. Of course, I'm charging my extra service. Of course, this is business. If you cannot afford to pay my extra service to accompany you, to guide you, to make sure that everything is smoothly, therefore you cannot afford to pay gold. I am not here to babysit everyone. This is my office, online, virtual office. You come to my online live, you gain. You listen, you gain. If you're not a buyer, well, it's okay. You learn. Yeah. Most of you guys, you come to Wilhelmina, you think that you ask for advice. I am not here to advise you guys. Just read. I put everything. the price of the day, the full corporate offer. In Bamako Mali, I put the video about Bamako Mali. In Sierra Leone, I put the video that I was in Sierra Leone. In Conakry, I do the presentation about mineral consulting. What else you need? I am here to tell the world. I am not here to teach joker broker. Okay, I am not here to educate you. It's up to you to educate out of my live video. This is my office. I am explaining because there's so many inquiry I have that I have rejected. Yeah, I rejected them all. Why I rejected them all? They're asking for CIF. They don't have the money. You know, according to my seller when I was in Africa recently, before lockdown, my seller was telling me, Madam, buyer asking CIF, they are beggars. Correct. Gold is not for beggars. Gold is the real business. Look at the world today. They are on panic. Yes, it's a right time to buy gold because it's volatile. The price of gold is ups and down. Our selling price is 57. You must remember, spot price based on the world market. And we don't give cheap price. Gold is not for banana. Gold is not the bread, even bread. You go to the grocery or bakery, you cannot bargain the bread. Whatever the price of the bread, you pay for it. This is real business. This is money you are buying. If you don't have money, if you're just floating around, I'm sorry, guy, you're gonna burn out your fingers. Going back to this lady, she was been searching for gold for 3 years and she found Wilhelmina on YouTube. And this live video would be on YouTube as well. And you know, she was impressed that no one is giving her a right information. Most of the seller, fake seller, offer her vague information. To me, I put everything, the price, the full corporate offer, and the video, and she was really very impressed. And she will travel with me. Yes, she is willing to pay my travel cost because she doesn't want to lose her money. They are big buyer. They own a company in United States. That is the type of buyer we are dealing with. If you are a buyer's mandate, I welcome you. Okay, I will compensate you, but let me handle the transaction because you don't know about this transaction. You don't know. So if you come to my page, you learn. I don't mind. There's a saying that knowledge is very powerful. Knowledge. The seller hired Wilhelmina. I am not just a broker floating around. No, I'm not. This is my online office. This is my virtual digital online office. I'm based in Australia. I am the extension of the seller from Conakry, Guinea. I am the extension seller of Bamako Mali. I am the extension seller of Sierra Leone. So you have a choice. When you view on this video, after I exit because I have someone urgently distressed and he needs my advice. You click on Conakry, you click on Bamako Mali, you click on Sierra Leone. It's up to you to digest. Don't rush because this gold business is not for rushing business. It's not. If you rush, then you expect to be disaster. Just like when you drive a car on the road, and if you drive on the winding road, what do you expect? You met an accident. Here in this business, if you are not very careful, yes, you will lose money. Guaranteed. There was a football player from United States. He is from Congo. It was on the news in United States. He went to Congo. He was being offered $25,000. And he tried to get the investors from United States. What happened? He lost 24 million. Mhm. He was offered $25,000. And he was also naive. To me, I can easily detect liars, spotters liars. I can easily detect. I wouldn't allow my seller to do so. I rather encourage the buyer start a trial. In order for you to build your business relationship to us, because you're gonna do the long-term supply. You're gonna ask us long-term supply, continuous. So you better start a trial to make it sure whether we are transparent or not. You need to travel. You need to inspect the gold in the office before you're gonna assay the gold to the refinery. There is a cost of assaying to refinery anywhere in Africa, $100 per kilo. Yes, but the seller would not tell you that. You need to be prepared that you have money. For example, 20 kilos, you prepare $2,000 to pay to the local refinery. You are using their services. You are using their facilities. So you expect that. And you buy as well metal box. Now I'll give you an example for your own benefit. Now this gold, 50 kilos. This gold belonged to Ghana. I used to handle Ghana. I fired all of my seller in Ghana. Now this gold was supposed to deliver in Mexico. The buyer is Eric Blasco from Mexico. I always mention his name because he screwed me. Yeah, he screwed me. Now this gold, I wasn't aware that my seller hired the security van from the village to Accra. My seller paid the security of $5,000 just to escort this one. 50 kilos. And then when the gold arrived in Accra, was deposited to the security company before it was brought to ER Logistic. Another $5,000. In total of $10,000. The seller didn't tell me that until Eric Blasco had no money. After the meeting on the boardroom, he said, I know your concern and needs. Yes, his needs is to screw me, and his need is to ask my seller to bring the gold to Mexico. Lucky I have a very loyal driver. Lucky, because I feed my driver. When I travel to Africa, I always look after the driver that who always be with me. The company provided me a driver. Africans are devious, you must remember, Mr. Buyer. So watch this video so that you're gonna have an idea. African seller is also devious. It doesn't matter if he's my seller or not. I know the behavior of this African seller. They are good, but when it comes to transaction, they change, they are fickle-minded. So this video is for everyone, okay? Whether you're a seller or buyer, listen to this video properly because this could be your lesson or good moral lesson. Now going back to this one, 2013, Eric doesn't want to talk to me after he asked the gold. Now he doesn't have the money. So 50 kilos, okay, the 5 kilos, remember? Okay, 5 kilos was only asked during the time the price of gold to us is $50 per kilo. He can only afford to pay the 5 kilos to test the gold inside ER Logistic. So my seller was really complaining, Wilhelmina, what kind of buyer is this? And my seller was not very happy with me. So 50 times. So he doesn't have the money of 2,500 to assay the whole 50 kilos. See? Mhm. Eric Blasco can only afford to assay the 5 kilos. Okay. He can only afford to pay $250 during the time. Now, I'm giving you this example for you guys to be aware that you are buying money. You need to have money. You cannot just ask the seller, bring it to Mexico or bring it to Dubai or bring it to Istanbul. You will pay after the gold arrive. Mr. Seller, don't do that. If anybody asking you that, please don't. You expect disaster. Lucky, this gold, I stopped the shipment March 1, 2013. I saved my seller. I told my seller, even though he screwed me, both buyers and seller screwed me, And I said to the old man, how dare you? You invited me, you paid all my expenses because you wanted me to handle the marketing for you. A minute that the gold leave Ghana, expect gold, you will never see your money and you will never see the gold. Or either you're going to be murdered. The old man start to think and he stopped March 1, 2013 to stop the shipment. So I saved the seller, but I was not happy with the seller. I fired all of my seller in Ghana. No matter what, the seller that I have, they come back to me, Madam, please help me. Why? Because I told the world, don't come to Ghana. Mhm. I warn every seller, do not muck around with Wilhelmina. Do not muck around with any seller or any buyer, because when I would be on the ground and if I am not happy and if the customer complain, I'm telling you, Mr. Seller, whoever you are, I will blog you. Yeah? I will put you on the world map, live video. That is why, Mr. Buyer, come with me. I can assure you, you will get the gold because my transaction has been successful in gold. You need to spend money, Mr. Buyer. Do not be thrifty. You are buying money to make money. I can assure you, I will negotiate on your behalf. I will ask my head office to give you a leeway because of me. Yeah, my extra service is very cheap. I will discuss this with you when you come on live conference privately. If you cannot afford, don't come for conference. Just read it. You come back when you're ready. Do not come to Wilhelmina say, hi, hello. My name is not hi, you must remember. Most of the joker brokers say, hi. I remove him, I block him. I'm gonna block you if you say hi because my name is not hi. Do not say hello because you already watched the video. You already read the full corporate offer. I want you direct to the point. Good evening, Wilhelmina. Good morning, Wilhelmina. I watch your video. Wilhelmina, I read the full corporate offer. I am the buyer. I am ready to send my letter of intent to purchase coming from me. Something like that. But if you're going to say hi, you come on Skype, I will block you. You come to WhatsApp, I will remove you. Believe me. Because I don't have time. My name is not hi, as I've said to you. This is real business. You have to learn to introduce yourself. It doesn't matter if you're a buyer's mandate. You have to learn how to introduce yourself. I will welcome you because this is business. But, Wilhelmina is really very tough and very strict and very brutal. You must remember. I done it purposely because I want to educate you guys. It doesn't matter if you're a buyer's agent. Okay? You learn out of this. I've been in marketing for 36 years. Buying and selling exactly the same. You have to have this. Yeah? If you don't have this, please get out. This is not for you. Gold has many uses. That is why this Vietnamese, he lost money. I don't know how much he lost money because he sent money to Cameroon to pay taxes. I don't know. And one gentleman as well, he sent $17,000 to Ghana. Gold didn't arrive. So there's so many instances. Every day I receive sad stories. Whose fault is that? You do. Yeah? either the seller or the buyer. Why? Because you listen to the buyer, and you also listen to the seller. One seller say, "This is my price, 28,000." Ah, excuse me, that is only 10 carats. Mhm. No way you can get. These Chinese are everywhere in Africa. Uh-huh. They wouldn't talk too much, these Chinese. They will be very observant. The hotel that I stay in Africa, owned by Chinese. They wouldn't talk too much. They just hired a big bus. They go to Sigiri in Conakry, and the owner of the hotel, Grand Army Hotel, young couple, he owned the hotel. And I introduced myself, and I asked how long you'd been here in Conakry. 7 years. 7 years he owned the hotel. Hmm. And they are mining gold and diamond. They bring it to China. Why China are very rich? They can lend money to Africa. They can lend money to Philippines. They have money because they have gold. Gold is money. And you guys, ah, and then you say, well, I mean, it's a scammer. I don't know. I don't know how much I scam you guys. You are just all scammers because you come to my page, and then you you stalk my page. If you don't like it, so be it. Learn it, and you will learn out of this. This gold business is tough business. This is not for everyone. This is not for you guys. I'm telling you, this is not for you. I am not here to teach you. I am here to sell. I am here to put everything what necessary requirement that the buyer needs. I am here to tell, okay, Mr. Buyer, this is what you're gonna do. Everything is online. I don't need to explain. I only explain when you come on conference. I have to ask you a few questions. Mhm. How are you able to pay? But you already read the full corporate offer. So therefore, you understand what you're reading, isn't it? You went to school, is that right? Mhm. So I hope I'm not offended you guys, whoever you watching me. So don't be offended because this is a very dangerous business. You can just sitting down in your ass, excuse my language, and then you're stalking pages to pages. Facebook is an advertising site. We advertise that we have the products. Mhm. There are so many buyers on Facebook. There are 6.6 billion followers. Mhm. On YouTube, 6.6 YouTube followers. They are buyers. They're looking for supply. They are. We are now on the social media. Many, many years ago, when we do business, we send faxes. Today, you don't send faxes. You are online. You are on YouTube. You are on Facebook. Just read. We are on WhatsApp. We are on Skype. We are on Emo. So everything now is touched on the bottom. There's a saying, let your fingers do the talking. But if you don't know what you're doing, oh, I might earn money here. Oh, teach me, madam. Oh, nobody taught me. Huh? I went to Africa. I even educate myself. I feel sorry for local miner because they were also naive. They were losing gold because nobody guided them. When I was in Ghana, I had a meeting with seven seller. You know what the seven seller was saying? Madam, why foreigners, they underestimated us? I said, why? Because we are black. I said, really? To me, you are not black. The blood in your heart are still the same on my blood. The color is red. Mhm. And they underestimate us, madam. I told this one seller, okay, if these white people, because I'm white, if these white people say you are black, tell them, okay, we're black, but our heart is full of gold. And why you are in our country if we are black? Why? So therefore, the foreigner is hungry, I told my seller in Ghana when I was in Ghana. Therefore, the seller is hungry to buy your precious item, and do not show to the buyer that you're hungry. You are rich, but your country is poor because of corruption. Yes. And they start to understand, they start to learn. You know what the seller was saying? Madam, nobody explained to us like this. Of course, buyers are crook. They wanted to get how much profit they were going to get. Of course, they would not tell you that. They will keep on bargaining. They wanted to become instant millionaire. At the end of the day, you're still poor. Yeah. They start to understand. They start to learn from me. Whenever I go, I always tell the seller, you know, you are rich, but your country is poor because your country is corrupt. Here in Australia, we are very rich. Our country, yeah, we have our infrastructures, the best country in the world. When I was in Sierra Leone having my breakfast on the waterfront, I stay on the Omo Hotel. My gosh, the garbage are floating on the water. Ah, I was devastated having my breakfast. I talked to the manager, hey, you have a very nice hotel. Look that I'm having my breakfast, looking into the water, and the garbage is floating around in the ocean. You know, madam, we have a problem. Why? The people are not disciplined. They throw their garbage on the ocean. In Australia, we don't do that. Mm. Every year we clean our ocean, all the garbage. My gosh, you guys, I was devastated having breakfast in Omo Hotel. And then I changed my hotel. I don't like to see the garbage on the waterfront. Ah, nice view in the morning. My gosh, very bad, very bad. I told the manager, you should tell your government official clean your clean your ocean. You are the one gonna damage your ocean. Look at Bamako Mali. They have a long bridge. Mhm. Sierra Leone, when you go to Sierra Leone, you're gonna take a ferry, 40 minutes drive of ferry before you're going to Freetown. You arrive on Longi, then take a ferry. This should create bridges. They are very rich on natural resources. Mm. I don't know why this country, they are very rich on natural resources. They have gold, they have oil, they have diamond. And who is ripping them off? Both buyers and seller are ripping each other. The government has been ripped off by the seller. The government has been ripped off by the buyer. Why? The seller would not declare to the government to remit the value added tax. And the buyer doesn't pay the right price. So the government losing income. So Mr. Foreigner, if you're watching me, pay whatever you deserve. I will give you a very good deal. Deal with us in a proper way. Thank you very much, Mr. Baya. I'm going to leave you because I have to call this gentleman. He's very, very stressed. I think the deal has been fall over. I just mentor him. And I met this gentleman in Dubai. I promised him to mentor him. So that's why he called me. So I will call him back. Thank you very much, Mr. Baya. Thank you, Ivan Wood. I think you watched my video. Okay, Annie, thank you very much. And Baba, thank you very much. Okay, and good evening, everyone. Bonjour in Japanese. Ohayo gozaimashita. Gambati kudasai in Spanish. Buenas noches, compañeros. In Australia, good day. In the Philippines, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. In Bisaya, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan o daghan salamat.